Howdy, we are AgTherm. Within our group is Emma Smith, Braylee Schomburg, Caden Gonzalez, and David Falcon. So, evaluating the emotional cost. The agricultural industry works year-round in all temperatures. This is especially detrimental in the heat of the year during the months of June through September. When the internal temperature of a baler reaches 150 to 170 degrees, the potential exists for spontaneous combustion. Did you know over 33% of balers catch on fire? This percentage generates a great catastrophe for the individual farmer. Farmers not only destroy costly equipment, ruin the farmer's crop, but can shatter the farmer's livelihood as well. As we see depicted on the slide, the emotional cost generated here is immeasurable. About 60% of fire survivors experience increased anxiety and stress, the persecutors to PTSD. This could potentially lead to the need for therapy due to emotional trauma. In the past 2 decades, suicide rates have been consistently higher in rural America than in urban America. The stress of having to provide for your family, constrained by uncontrollable external factors, take a toll on farmers and ranchers' mental health. Evaluating financial cost. When this catastrophe happens, it affects farmers' income in the short run at the amount of $23.1 million in Texas alone. In the long run, it can affect the overall supply of hay inputs used in the market. The individual loss of hay or livestock is $75 a roll to $1 an acre, or $1,000 a head. Equipment loss is about $150,000, whereas the loss of a home can be $400,000. At AgTherm, we believe in being as transparent as possible. Our mission is to provide farmers peace of mind to ensure they capitalize on producing their products promptly and more efficiently. We built this product with our ESG goals, farmer safety, and adequate cost for the customer in mind. We have put together a short video for you to watch about our company's mission and the industry issues.
We are AgTherm, and together we have designed and created a heat sensor for year-round baler bearings. The idea behind this came from the rising concerns about costly mechanical issues due to the bearings overheating and not being able to catch it soon enough. Additionally, the main concern is baler fires that are started when the bearings overheat and cause the dry grass to catch fire, resulting in the loss of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of hay, crops, equipment, and worse yet, sometimes homes and buildings. Our heat sensor will connect to the bale monitor in the tractor, where you are able to watch the temperature of each bearing as you bale. If a bearing gets above the normal temperature, the monitor will make an audible alert to signal something is not right, while also indicating exactly which bearing is hot so you know where to check.
Our product, HeatTech 101. HeatTech 101 is a heat sensor placed inside the baler to detect the temperature inside the bearings. There are numerous bearings inside a baler, including ones that cannot be seen from the outside. HeatTech is installed to the inside of the cab, giving warning signs to the driver if the temperature of a bearing rises to a high rate. Previously, farmers would have to exit the cab and use an infrared laser thermometer to evaluate the temperature. This wasted large amounts of time and was often too late to notice, as the baler would be on fire. The dust combined with smoke looks the same, and most farmers are oftentimes too late, resulting in a detrimental loss. The product features of HeatTech 101. There is the insurance, monitor from the cab, identification system, and the alarm. HeatTech 101 is providing a relatively low-cost, one-time purchase of fire insurance to protect farmers and ranchers. With this product, fire issues should decrease substantially. The monitor within the cab is providing real-time heat information for the driver. For the identification system, upon installation, an AgTherm employee will make sure to label every bearing within the baler in an A to Z format, then syncing this information with the monitor within the cab, ensuring that the driver knows where each specific bearing is and its precise temperature. For the alarm system, we have installed an alarm system within our monitor product to ensure that heat fluctuation will not go unnoticed. We wanted our product to be as accurate and safe as possible. Now switching gears to the United States hay industry. Texas is the largest hay producing state with 6.528 million tons produced. This generates $1.14 billion in revenue. Because of these numbers, we thought Texas would be our beginning marketing territory. Then continuing to the next highest producing states, seen as highlighted in yellow. These are Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Idaho, Montana, South Dakota, Nebraska, and California. As a total, the United States produces 112.8 million tons of hay, generating $21.25 billion. The global round baler market. Currently, in the fiscal year of 2023, this is a $2,044.3 million industry. This is expected to grow by 2028 to $2,631.8 million industry. This will be a continuous annual growth rate of 4.3%.
Since we are a completely new technology, we have no direct competitors. However, these three main baler manufacturers, Vermeer, New Holland, and John Deere, have other add-on type products such as scale and moisture sensor kits and could potentially become one of our competitors once we hit the market. To buy a round baler with one of their add-ons, it would cost an additional $2,400 for Vermeer, $2,244 for New Holland, and $3,200 for John Deere. This being said, our HeatTech 101 product will come ready to install with a manual and instructions, and we wanted to remain competitive with those other three baler manufacturers, so decided to price our product at $2,750. Going into our outsourcing partner, we decided to outsource the manufacturing of our product to Thermo Sensors Corporation, located in Garland, Texas. Possible risk of doing this includes a long lead time, poor quality control, and trust. However, the benefits of using them is that they specialize in heat sensors, allowing us to fully customize the HeatTech 101 sensor, and additionally, they offer drop shipping, allowing us to save on warehouse expenses since we are a startup company. Now I'll talk a little bit about the supply chain and distribution plans. So we plan to order 1,000 units at a time and have a restock level at 200 units. On day 1, the order is placed and manufacturing begins. By day 14, the product is packaged and ready to be shipped. And at day 21, the product is delivered to the customer. And by day 28, a sales rep will be at your place to assist in the installation process and to answer any questions that you may have. And lastly, once the order is fulfilled, we hope to have a very satisfied customer. So I wanted to touch base a little more about our sales reps. We will have 12 different sales reps assigned to the 12 different regions across the state of Texas. And also the red marker points that are located on the map on the screen represent the B2B stores where these reps will be going and getting our product in on the shelves. Our reps will have a base salary of $50,000 a year, and in addition will make 5% for every unit that they sell. So our 1+1=3 social focus is centralized around showing support for our local volunteer firefighters across the state of Texas by sponsoring 150 new gear sets every year with our logo on it. We will also host an annual appreciation banquet and various other events throughout the year. This focus aligns with our mission of preventing fires and will allow customers to trust us. And in return, we hope that we gain their loyalty and their customer retention to always want to come back to us and spread positive words about our product and what we do. We will expect to gain 28% of our new customers every year by them hearing about our new product through those banquets and events. So I'll talk about our consumer target market segments now. Our first segment consists of ranchers, and they develop and maintain proper livestock nutrition needs and correct feed distributions. They age 20 plus, it could be 20 up to 80, 90-year-olds, and they produce about 420 million bales of hay per year and have $4.2 billion worth of money invested into their hay equipment. Our next segment in the consumer target segments is custom hay baling, and basically all they do is that's how they make their money. They go out and cut, rake, and bale hay for other people, and they age about 25 to 50 years old, and they produce 375 million bales of hay per year and have on average $8.4 billion worth of money invested into their hay equipment. The third segment is dairy farmers, and they specialize in the breeding and care for the cows for production of milk. They age about 40 plus, and they produce about 16 million bales of hay per year and have $3.5 billion worth of hay equipment. Our last one for the consumer target segments is cotton farmers, and they are the most profitable non-food crop in the world and provide income for more than 250 million people, and they also produce cotton bales. So they are typically older than 45, and they produce about 14.68 million bales of hay per year, or bales of cotton per year, and have $4.7 billion worth of money invested into their equipment to make the hay. Next, I will talk about our business target segments. The first one is John Deere dealers, and they offer full service product lines of agriculture and turf, as well as construction and forestry equipment. There are 156 store locations across Texas and 2,189 locations across the United States. And they have, on a scale of 1 to 10, the ability of an 8 to sell other products. Vermeer dealers, they offer equipment and the parts and service needed for the equipment. There are 29 store locations across Texas, 600 across the United States, and they have the ability of 6 to sell other products. Our third segment for the business target segments is New Holland dealers. They offer a wide agricultural equipment portfolio and global presence. There are 53 store locations across Texas, 670 across the United States, and they're on a scale of 1 to 10, they have the ability of a 9 to sell other products. And lastly, Allstate's Ag Parts. They are an ag parts division where you can find parts for tractors, combines, planters, hay balers, sprayers, and more. There is only one location in Texas, however, but 21 across the United States, and they have the ability of a 10 to sell whoever and everybody else's other products for any type of equipment.
Okay, here we have what a typical customer would look like pertaining to our business to consumer end. Doug Smith is a happily married 65-year-old man from Brenham, Texas. He has 3 kids, works full-time as a rancher, has a high school education, and makes between $75,000 to $150,000 annually. In his free time, he spends time with his grandchildren, engages in outdoor activities, and watches Family Feud. Here we have Brian Wilson, who represents what a client would look like on our business-to-business end. Brian is a 45-year-old firefighter out of Snook, Texas. He is married with 2 kids, makes between $75,000 to $150,000 annually, and holds an associate's degree from Blinn College. In his free time, he enjoys driving his F-250 to his favorite bar, spending time outdoors, and hanging out with family. So as of right now, we do not have any direct competitors, but our biggest potential competitor would be the big equipment manufacturers like John Deere, Vermeer, and New Holland. The reason we feel this way is because they currently sell add-ons for their equipment, which are accessories that improve equipment performance. We expect that if they do decide to make the leap into our market, then they will use a similar online and in-person selling technique similar to ours. Some news outlets we hope to talk about our company would be ag news sites like Progressive Farmer, as well as some local news outlets like radio or cable news. But whenever news spreads about our product, we want 3 main things to be told about us: our automatic insurance upon purchase, how well the device performs, and how reliable it is to our users. These things will positively represent our company while spreading awareness to our consumers. We plan to use social media heavily as an advertising tool. According to our research, Facebook has proven to be the second best performer when it comes to marketing to the ages of 30 to 65 and over. What makes Facebook so great is that it provides the ability to communicate visually and textually, further allowing us to provide precise information and content to our audience. We will post 2 times a week with information, deals, updates, and video content from YouTube. We expect to hit 2,000 followers in our first year and hope to double that each preceding year. YouTube has proven to be the number one social media platform when marketing to the ages 30 to 65. What makes this platform so effective is that we can provide information-dense content in the form of videos while creating a more emotional experience for our audience. We plan to post 2 times a week with content consisting of testimonials, ESG efforts, company culture, and commercials. We expect to hit 1,000 followers in our first year and hope to double each preceding year.
The Agtherm system, I was having to worry about fires and get it on my tractor every day, multiple times every day, check my bearing temperatures. Now that I have the Agtherm system, I can stay in my tractor and I can cut out about half the time it takes to bale hay. Having this system has brought my production rate up 50%. It's worth every penny.
Another form of advertising that we plan to use is using billboards along major freeways in Texas. This is a great way to physically promote our company to a mass audience and still direct it to our audience through understanding what people are passing by. With each billboard costing $11,000 per year and capturing the attention of what we believe to be 20% of our audience, it will prove to be extremely effective. Here we have displayed threats that we believe can turn into opportunities. If a company is trying to replicate our mistakes, we can make a patent on our products. We will have little recognition coming into the market, so we will have to use social media marketing to spread awareness. If raw material costs increase, we will have to find alternative suppliers or materials to cut costs. As for our contingency plan, our goal is to sell 500 units, but if we cannot sell enough units to break even, then we will have to sell ourselves directly to businesses. Another goal is 5 fire departments in Texas, but if we receive approval of a local fire departments to sponsor new jackets with our logo, then we will have our company logo on 50 jackets. Another goal is 50 reviews, but if we aren't receiving any feedback online through customer reviews, then we will incentivize offers towards customers who purchase.
Yeah, so how big can the market really be for our product? So we can assume a total market size in the US of farmers is 3.4 million farmers in the US. And if we could just take a quarter of the market to buy our product, that would be 850,000 units sold. And so we're also estimating that 1 in 10 will have an add-on to the baler. So 10% of 850,000 is 85,000 units. And this add-on can be $500, let's say, which would add around $46 million in revenue. And taking into account of the 850,000 units along with the 46 million in revenue with the add-on, it would equate to $2.4 billion. And moving on to our SWOT analysis. So our sensory technology with patent protection provides exclusive capabilities for baler heat monitoring. This innovative offering enters a growing market seeking more like data analytics as time passes and as we've seen in the world today. However, a new brand, we must prove the sensor's value and ease of use to the customers, which they're very hesitant to change. And so for our threats, imitators pose a threat if barriers stay low to entry. But by leveraging the surging demands for insights to maximize efficiency to safety, we can build our business and grow the baler market. So for our revenue in year one, it's 2.5 million with 1,000 units sold, and ramping up to year two is 1,500 units, 3.7 million in revenue, and finally the third year our revenue estimates is 6.2 million. And we really won't have any limitations to our revenue stream since we are outsourcing. And yes, we can run into the company we're getting a product from, that they run out of business or something happened to them. But other than that, there won't be any product limitations since our producer can make as much as we want. We just have to sell it. And so for our expenses, so for our first year, our projected expenses consist of 1.2 million allocated towards our cost of goods sold and 600,000 towards paying our 12 sales reps. General expenses or other expenses is 375,000, which include tax, insurance, training, and for ongoing research and development to enhance our sensor technology, it's going to be 62,000. And we've budgeted 15,000 for marketing and initiatives to promote our product launch, as well as it doesn't show there, but that little sliver next to marketing is 15,000 as well for our patent for our product. For our sensor product launch, we're projecting a revenue of 275,000 in year one, ramping up to 1.5 million in year two, and reaching over 3 million in year three as we rapidly scale up sales. And yeah, moving on to our total sales unit sales are estimated in year one to 2.8 million, growing to 4.1 million in year two, and just under 7 million in our third year. And with this positive growth trajectory, our net profitability should also steadily improve. So from 275 net income in the first year to just over 2 million by year three in net income. And this shows accelerating sales with the innovative heat sensors, resulting in strong revenue growth well over 150% in 3 years. And with the management of costs, we can achieve profit margins of our goal was 20%, but in that third year, we're already exceeding 25%. And we can establish ourselves as a leading sensor, therm sensor for the ag industry. And this is we conclude our presentation with a mock-up of our website. And this is the website we've created. It will allow us to have more customer traffic and boost our sales. On the front page, you see about us, customer reviews, and yeah, you can see easy to install and use and how to do it. The customer reviews are right there. And how does it work? And it kind of tells you there, as well as we have socials at the bottom. And I did include a click here link, and it's an option that people who do visit our website can see a YouTube video on how we have created an ad for our company and how it kind of works. But yeah, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please let us know.